Okay, so this is going to be an oil change on the 2018 F150 with the 5.0 engine. I've done a lot of looking at videos online. I haven't seen any real good ones on changing the oil on the F150 with this new style yellow plastic plug. So I've got a couple things I'm going to try. One of the things is, after I'm done, I'm going to be replacing that yellow plastic plug with an aftermarket plug. It's called the Ronin, R-O-N-I-N, easy drain plug. And once I do that, after I have the Ronin plug in there, changing the oil is going to be a lot easier, because all I have to do is open the end cap, and when I do that, when it's full of oil, no oil is going to come out until I take this second piece and turn it in there and screw it like a dial, and as I turn, it's going to act like a faucet and come a little at a time, and I can control the flow of oil so it doesn't come gushing out like some of the videos I've seen and splash all over the sway bar and make a big mess. So that I will do after I do my initial oil change on this F150. So there's lots of videos out there on the Ronin oil plug. I'd recommend you check that out. It's a little bit on the pricey side. They're about $70 or $80. But if you change the oil regularly yourself on an F150, you might find that worth the investment. Okay, so put that aside. Now, one of the other things I did was I took a plastic jug, and this is just an old jug of windshield washer fluid that I took. Opened the cap on the bottom, cut and made kind of a big cup. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to stick it up here and kind of wedge it in place. And the idea behind this is, once I take the oil plug out, I'm hoping this jug is going to catch all the oil, and then just simply, let me move this a little closer so you can see, so I can drain out the bottom of the jug and hopefully go right into the oil pan and hopefully avoid making a big mess. Now, with this jug up there, you're probably going to have a hard time seeing me take the yellow plug out. I'm going to go in from the other side, and you're supposed to be able to turn this plug with just your fingers. I'm going to give that a try, but if it doesn't quite work, I'll probably take a pair of pliers to it. So I've got that up here, and I'm just going to turn this plug counterclockwise, and it is coming. So I'm get ready for the spill of oil, and I pull this plug out. And I'm not going to be too concerned if the oil plug falls into the jug, because it's not going to go anywhere, because it hopefully will be caught. And there it goes. Going right into the oil pan and not making too much of a mess. And we'll just let that drain quite a bit there. And so far this is going a lot better than I've seen for some of the other videos, where the oil just simply splashed all over the place. As you can see, there's my oil plug that came out, and it's not going anywhere. So after it's done draining, I can take that and clean it up if I wanted to put it back in. But like I said, I'm going to replace it with the new Ronin plug. Okay, the flow of oil has slowed down quite a bit now, so I think I can take out my homemade oil jug. Just wedge that out. and let that now drain the rest of the way. And it really didn't make much of a mess at all. And let that continue to drain. Now the Ronin plug, when you put that back in, it's one of the things it does have is it has a magnet on the end too, and the purpose of that is supposed to catch any metal shavings as you're draining the oil. I guess the only way to see how it's magnetized. I guess the only way to clean that though is to take it out, but the whole idea of having this drain plug in there is that you don't have to remove the plug every time you change the oil. Just simply remove the cap, like I said, turn the dial, and adjust it like a faucet. Now the Ronin plug has a little notch up on the top, and they say you're supposed to put that in at about 6 or 7 o'clock, and then simply turn clockwise. And once this thing's done draining a little bit, I'll go ahead and stick it in there. I'll let it drain a little more here for a minute. So far it's going as good as I expected. No surprises, no big messes. Now I did warm up the oil a little bit before I changed it. I started it for just a few minutes so the oil was nice and warm and ran out a little quicker. Of course, I also took out the dipstick, and I also went ahead and took off the oil cap, so there was a nice free flow of oil. It drained out. It's still draining out just a little bit here. I want to get as much out as I can. Okay, now it's just starting to drip ever so slightly. Okay, while it's dripping there, I think I'm going to take a couple of drips of that oil and lubricate. There is an O-ring on the new Ronin plug that I'm going to lubricate. Now, there's also a spring washer on this. Make sure that's on the Ronin plug before you put it in there. Now, again, to put this in, I'm going to line that notch up at about 6 or 7 o'clock. And let's say, just press in as you turn, and you'll hear a snap. It looks like it's locked in there. Now if I turn it either way, it doesn't seem to go anywhere. So now, like I said, next time I change the oil, I just simply undo this cap here and take the piece and you turn it, you dial it in, the oil will flow nice and slow. You control the flow. The more you turn it clockwise, the more oil that'll come out, and then you just dial it back counterclockwise to lessen the flow. And of course, when you take it all the way out, the oil stops. And you can watch a video, like I said, online of when you actually drain an oil to see exactly how it works. But everything seems to line up perfect. And you just got to make sure you don't lose this one piece here, because if you lose it, well, then of course you're going to have to remove the plug. So I'm going to put this back on, and that will take care of that. Now, for my oil filter, the F150, let me move this around. The F150 oil filter. I don't even know if we'll be able to get a good view of it here or not. There's a little bit of it. Now there is a tray underneath the filter that drains to the front and to the back, and because of that I went ahead and put a small oil pan under each drift spot location, so that when I take out the oil filter, it'll probably drain on both sides, but that tray will catch all the oil, and we'll go in again to the oil pans and not make a big mess. But just in case, I'm going to get a couple paper towels. Okay. Well, I will need these paper towels anyway to clean out the tray after I'm done, because I don't want to continue to have it drip from the tray to the pan, or the tray that catches the oil. So we'll go ahead and take off the oil filter. And when you put your next oil filter back on, of course, you only want to hand tighten it. And the old tray that's underneath the filter is doing its job. It's going right into the tray and dripping right into the oil pan that I placed underneath. Now, because I'm on a slight incline in my driveway, I'm glad to see it really only is dripping out of the back spout of the oil pan. It's underneath. Okay, so I'm going to wipe off my new oil filter a little bit so I can get a good grip on it. I'm going to take a little bit of the oil and lubricate the seal on my new filter. Nice good coat of oil on there. I'll line up the new filter. I do like on the F150, it's the 5.0 anyway, that the oil filter is actually in a spot that's easy to get to. If I can line up the threads. Gotta make sure you get the angle right. Like I said, I'm just going to hand tighten this. Since my hands are a little sweaty, I'm going to get a rag so I can at least get a good grip on it. And hand tighten it. Okay, it's on there pretty good. Now all I'm going to have to do is is fill her up with oil, and I'm good to go till next time. Thanks for watching.